Hey guys, welcome back.
Hey guys, brand new podcast.
Hey, wait a minute. It's my podcast.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Enjoy. Back to school, man. I emailed like 9 women. Can you come podcast? No one could do it because we're back to school.
Right.
Today's Georgia's first day in high school.
Yeah.
So,
oh my God.
I know it was a dicey day.
How was she?
She was great, but last night, 2 nights ago she was a wreck, and then last night she has one friend that's going to the school. She was a wreck, her friend.
Aww.
So her friends, I called her friend's mom and I was like, why don't we just go together? Why don't the 4 of us just go together? Yeah. So we did. We were 40 minutes early. Because we didn't know about traffic. We were like, let's leave at 7. We were literally got there in 17 minutes. We were 40 minutes early. And we're like, okay.
That doesn't help with anxiety.
That doesn't help at all. So we went to Starbucks, and they have these, it's a Catholic school, so they have these long, like knee-length pleated skirts that not one human on the planet would look attractive in. Not one. I mean, Pamela Anderson could wear this skirt and you go, yeah, she's pretty dumpy. I know Pamela Anderson's from like 20 years ago was hot, but whatever. So, but Georgia kept saying, well, we can hem them. And I kept saying, but what's the parameters of that? I don't want to hem it and it be too short and you get dress coded.
Right.
So let's
on your first day.
Exactly. I was like, let's suss it out. Let's wear them as they are. And then we'll see, what the average length of a skirt is for most girls and go there. And she was like, okay. Well, apparently her friend had been having the same complaints with her mom. This skirt's too long. It's awful. So we go to Starbucks and these little girls from their high school come in. Clearly they've been going there. They're not freshmen.
It was not their first day.
And there's a lot of variation in skirt lengths. A great deal. And every time a girl would walk in, they'd go, see, look at her skirt. See, look at her skirt. See? And we're like, I got it, but I can't hem your skirt at Starbucks.
Right, you're wearing it.
You got to wait. So we're pulling out of Starbucks to go to school 25 minutes before school starts because they couldn't tolerate it. So we're pulling out and George's friend goes, oh my gosh, something's going on at school. Have you seen the Instagram? And George's like, no. So they get on Instagram, goes, oh my gosh. And the friend's mom and I are in the front going, what's going on? So apparently they have a beehive on the first day of school where I don't really know their relevance to the bee. That's not their mascot. But all these girls were dressed in gold and it was like a pep rally. Like they pulled up and it said, welcome seniors, welcome freshmen. And they were like, woo, first day of school. All the teachers were outside and it was like a pep rally.
Oh, that's cute.
So then they were like, okay, I'm good. They got out of the car and they were really happy. But
good.
But yeah, I guess Georgia's friend's meltdown, she was fine the day Georgia was melting down. And then they like swapped. Yeah. So I think it was really smart that the mom and I decided to drive them on the first day. And we're going to go pick them up today too.
Right.
And then tomorrow they'll start the bus. So that was her first day. Yeah.
I can't wait to hear about it.
I can't either. I hope it's okay. And we were at Starbucks and I was like, so there's a football game this weekend. And the friend and the mom were like, yep. And I was like, are you going? And they said, yep. And George was like, we're not going. I said, yeah, we are. She's like, I don't want to go to a football game. I was like, let me explain high school football to you. It's not about the game. It's about the social life that happens in the stands. So screw the game. I'll watch the football game because I love high school football. But you will go walk around with your friends and get a Coke and, socialize. That's what football is about in high school. She's like, oh, okay. So I think we're going to the football game on Friday night. I hope so.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes today.
She'll be fine.
She'll be fine. I know she'll be fine.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know she'll be fine.
That first step is hard, man.
It is hard. It is. She doesn't know. I mean, she only knows the one girl, and they're not really close. And I mean, they've always been friendly, but they just didn't run in the same circle. So, she was there last night. I noticed she was holding her breath, which is what Georgia does when she gets nervous. She just stops breathing. So she was getting in the bed, and she was. I went, everything okay? And she said, I'm just nervous about making friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, but you moved schools in second grade, you made friends. And then you went to a whole new middle school and you made friends. So the past usually predicts the future. So you'll make friends. She was like, yeah, but orientation, there were all these groups of girls that had clearly been going to school together for a long time. And they were nice, but we weren't really included. And so But I was like, if your 3 best friends were also going there, you would have done the same thing.
Right.
You would have hung out with your friends because that's where you're comfortable.
Right.
And it's scary.
I swear she should talk to Lily. Lily did the exact same thing last year.
She did.
Yeah. She didn't know a single soul walking into school. And they had been together for 6 years.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Yeah.
Rough.
Yeah.
Like, she's fine. She was great. But it was not easy to take that first step. It's hard.
It's really hard.
Especially like this weird age in girls. Like, you're so insecure to begin with. Mm-hmm. You don't want to make the wrong move or say the wrong thing or like become friends with the wrong person. Like, you don't know. Like, it's hard.
It is hard.
She'll be great.
She'll be fine. I know she'll be fine. I just hope she knows. I think she knows she'll be fine too.
Right. She just got to get through the first one.
You just got to go through it. So I'm really excited to talk to you today about what we're going to talk about. So last podcast, we talked with Lynn about what we're going to do when our kids are gone. And Cathy's answer was...
I have no clue.
I have no idea. So Cathy was very proactive this week. What did you do, Cathy?
So I did this whole, I Googled, I don't even know what I Googled, but like, online career testing or whatever. I was like, what the fuck? Let's see what happens. And I brought it today because I couldn't print it and I can't possibly remember all of this. But anyway, so I did this whole online career test.
What did it say? I'm
it's
dying.
Like this big long assessment. It wasn't what I wanted. Like,
no?
I wanted something. I don't know what I wanted.
What did you want?
To be like
aviator.
You kind of, yeah, like an astronaut. Something way out there that I never thought of.
What did it say?
I would never be a fucking astronaut.
Did it say social worker?
Do you know what I mean? Yes.
Shut up!
Yes.
It said
and my entire life is like what you
Shut
can do.
up!
It's
was
like,
social worker.
Yes.
Which is what you did.
Yes, forever.
Shut up.
It's hysterical. This whole thing.
So what website is it? So other people.
I don't
can
even
do
know how to pronounce it. It's Sokanu SOKANU.com. SOKANU.com.
Sokanu something
like that. No idea.
Okay.
Randomly clicked on it. I have no idea. You can like pay to upgrade, and I may have to because now that I'm reading it, I was like, oh my God, I have to hear more about this.
Yeah.
I just did the free version where, I don't know, it's like 8 or 9 pages of assessment. 10 questions
each page.
And then it gives you this thing.
Yeah.
And it gives you this whole rundown.
Oh my God, I
of
can't
like
wait.
everything. And it's really interesting because it tells you your top matches.
Yeah.
And this is not the page that originally popped up, which is very strange, but this is the page that it keeps landing on.
Huh.
Because the top one right here actually says pastry chef, which I was like,
you were really good at
kidding me?
that.
I know.
You
like
were
that.
really
I would
good.
love that. How fun would that be?
You would be really good at that, except for, well, you'd be good at the hours even because you get up at the crack of dawn. Pastry chefs get up early.
Yes. I mean,
right?
I don't really want to work in a restaurant or be a pastry chef, but that would be so fun.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to do that, to bake all day, I'd be in heaven.
Yeah.
But originally, the first thing on there was, what was it? Pet adoption counselor.
What?
I was like, what the hell's a pet adoption counselor?
Yeah, right? I've never heard of that.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
Who do you counsel?
The people adopting pets?
But like,
I guess you make sure
if
the
you
person
decide that you're getting a pet and you decide that you're going to adopt and not buy, don't you just go adopt one? Like, what do you get counseled over?
No, when we adopted the cat, Gus, the woman came to our house, did a home visit, and did this whole evaluation on our house, and then had a big interview with us before she would let us have the cat. So I wonder if that's what it is, to determine if that person is fit to own this animal.
Oh, we did a sneaky thing, apparently.
Yeah, you totally did a sneaky thing. You did. And Mona, that happened a little bit with Mona too, but with Gus, it was like she did a home visit. I will not give you this cat until I come to your house. And then she brought the cat to the house saying, I may not leave the cat with you. I'm going to observe the cat with your family in your home, and if I feel he's going to be okay, you can have the cat. If I feel he's not going to be okay, you cannot have the cat. She was concerned.
Where did you get Gus from? My God.
It was just a shelter that was partnered with Petco. So the adoption wasn't through Petco.
Right.
It was a shelter that set up in Petco weekly inside the building. So she was concerned about Isla because Isla was young. So she was concerned that Isla would not be safe.
Would be too rough
for the cat.
Yeah.
And clearly she determined that he was fine. But I was like, seriously? I mean, like, I could go to the pound and just get one.
Right.
So,
That's what I'm saying.
so maybe that's what she's talking about, a more sophisticated, elevated way of adopting an animal.
Apparently.
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
Pet adopt.
My entire life, I was planning to be a vet until high school.
You were?
Yeah. I would totally be a vet, I think, if I could.
I wanted to be a vet too until high school.
Yeah. And then I decided, I was like, I can't do pets all day. I need humans.
Yeah.
So
you became a social worker.
Yeah.
Pet adoption counselor.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? I was like, wait a minute. Who do you counsel about
Right,
this? Like,
right.
that's fascinating.
Yeah.
I don't really know what that job is. So anyway. And then my other, you'll love this one. It says farmer.
Farmer? Oh my God. Sister from another
know,
mister.
right?
Right? I knew it.
Except like the worst thing. Like if you saw my garden right now, I would.
No, but you're the farmer and I'm the manager. I love
Yes.
that. I'm the boss.
yes, you do. Event planner.
Oh, you'd be great at that.
Really? Like, of course. Like, this is all stuff that I've done.
So
Like,
then,
special education teacher.
Oh
No
my-
shit.
this is like you. Someone
I
just
know.
wrote a map of you.
Pretty much. They're all the same thing. Special education teacher, like early education teacher, like all of that kind of stuff.
Also known as Girl Scout leader.
Culinary chef. No, okay, so it gets better, right? So then you go to this, like, what's my personality report?
Oh boy. There's a personality
There's
report?
a personality report. Oh, no. Oh, I'm not on your internet. Damn it.
Oh, easy.
The first thing that pops up is you are super social and your number one thing is to be a mentor. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Wow.
Yeah. So how do I get on your
Here,
internet?
let me do it.
Go ahead. It's a really heavy computer.
You keep talking. How did that make you feel? Why did you not like that?
I was hoping for something wild out of the box that like is not, this is my life. This is every job I've had except,
That's what you already do.
yes. Which is fine. It clearly works. It has worked for my whole life. I was just really kind of hoping for something maybe a little
Something revolutionary.
out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
then-
yeah, it says you are a mentor. Your strongest trait is social, and your second strongest trait is enterprising, which makes you a mentor. And then it's got this whole chart that you can click on, skills you can focus on, and like what each one of them means.
Okay, I'm
It's actually
taking this
kind of
test.
cool. And then you have a working style that I have to pay for to get. But like each one of these things you click on,
Yeah.
like this.
And it shows you what? What do you mean
So,
working
okay.
style? Like you're organized.
That I don't
you're
know. I got to
messy?
pay for that part.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but this part right here, it says.
How much is it?
No idea, actually.
You should let the
That's a good
podcast pay
question.
for it. Halston will pay for it.
Okay, I'll
I'm
write me a
joking.
check.
No.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it basically like breaks it down. Social. A social person is someone who thrives in social situations. They like to work with other people and generally love helping others. Their empathic, caring, and sensitive nature makes them very good at understanding other people's moods and feelings. Social people are good at generating positive energy for good cause. And there's like 6 categories that it breaks it down for, and
Okay.
like why you are in that category and how much. And then it does that for working style, strengths, and then there's a whole one that says watch out for.
Oh, so like
Team interaction, personal style. There's like 6 more categories here.
what
Let's
a cool
see.
website.
Get premium. Let's see how much it is.
Seems like a great tool.
$35.
Oh, that's nothing.
It's super easy. So, and then you can print out the reports and it tells you like your strongest and where you fall, like all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
So it's kind of fascinating.
Very
actually. And I
fascinating.
was like, I took this in like 10 minutes. I was not super careful or thoughtful.
Right.
Like it was not complicated. They're not difficult questions.
Yet at the same time,
Yet at the same time,
it was you.
Yes.
Because you love to bake.
Very much so.
I mean, all that stuff is you. That's
All of that is-
crazy.
yeah.
So it's just they ask the right questions.
Apparently.
They ask the right questions that generate the right answers, because that really is your personal personality and your profile.
Yeah.
How crazy.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It's a little bit like
So what are you going to do with this information now?
nothing. I don't know.
mean nothing?
What am I
You
going to
can't
do?
do
Go
nothing.
be a pastry chef? I can't be a pastry chef.
Why not? You know, in this day and age, I was talking to Bert yesterday. We were driving
First of
from
all-
your house, and I was telling him about this that you did and how I was super excited to hear what your results were today. And he said, you know, the thing about today that's different than any other time in history is that you really can create whatever you want as a job and make that job whatever you want it to be. You know, for years I thought, a long time ago, you know, my grandmother's pound cake is really good. And I'd never had pound cake that tastes like her pound cake. And for a long time I was like, I wonder if I could sell these pound cakes for some, like, into some kind of business.
Right.
Like, is there some way I could Harry and David my grandmother's pound cake? And my grandmother's pecan pie, also very good. I don't know how the semantics of shipping that or delivering that, I don't know what that would entail, but that's something I really enjoy doing. And I'm sure if you made it in mass, it would be much easier.
Right.
Make one recipe times 1,000 or whatever. Then you make 1,000 cakes and you're done in one day in like an hour. That's my theory.
Well, go to like a craft fair, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To start.
Yeah. Just
And then you just do, and then build it from there.
yeah. So you could do your bakery like that.
I guess.
You could. I mean, if you wanted. It's back to the question: what do you want to do?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. I mean, I'd have to go to school to be a pastry chef. Like, I don't.
Well, yeah.
That's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
Than just baking a lot.
Yeah.
You know.
Being an excellent baker is different than being a pastry chef for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, the question is, I guess, what do you do with the information once you have it?
Right.
You know, do you say, well, then I was on the right track by being a social worker. What can I do now that fulfills that same piece of me? I can bake your troubles away while you adopt a pet.
Yes, exactly. I'll stand outside of Petco.
We can bake dog treats and I can counsel you about your problems and the pet will help you with those.
That's hysterical. We actually baked dog treats
Shut
as
up. Oh my God.
as you know, the kids have to do community service hours for school. One of the options is you can bake dog treats and bring them to a shelter.
And that's what you did?
We did that once. Yeah.
Oh my God. That's awesome. That's so cool.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, it's really funny. So
I'm like, so there's really nothing on here that I haven't done.
Legal mediation is not on that list.
That's very true.
Which is interesting because I would imagine you'd be very good at that. I wonder if that's just not an option in their database. I mean, if they came up with pastry chef,
right,
and you know, pet adoption counselor, you would imagine legal mediator would be in there somewhere.
But yeah, I don't know.
But that didn't pop up. I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like probably 40 things that pop up.
Really?
Yeah, there's a huge list.
Are there any of them that you went, yeah, that's not me? Are there any of them that were just like way off? Like police officer? Come on.
Farmer.
Farmer's not way off though. You enjoy you not farming per se, but you grow stuff all the time.
That's true. I try to grow stuff. It's
well,
different than actually growing
Well, it's not
stuff.
your fault. It's the weather out here. It's too freaking hot.
That we'll go with that.
Yeah, no, it's the truth. You always have stuff growing.
Career
in your
counselor, sign language interpreter.
What?
I actually know a little sign language, but I could never do that.
Yeah, forget it. Sign language interpreter?
Hearing aid specialist.
Hearing aid specialist?
I don't even know what that is.
What randomness.
Very random. Veterinary assistant. Bartender. I couldn't be a bartender. That's a hard job, man.
It is a hard job.
Concierge, spa manager, recreation worker, childcare worker, real estate agent, travel agent, which I did for a while.
You were a travel agent?
For a very small blip in time, yes. Nanny, receptionist, ambulance dispatcher.
Oh my God, you did that too.
This is my life. I wasn't a dispatcher. I was on an ambulance, but same thing. Nursery worker. So there's really nothing on there that is
revolutionary.
Super, I mean, real estate agent, that would...
I can't imagine you being a real estate agent.
No.
You're not a salesperson
not
in
at
that
all.
way. No.
Yeah.
No. No, you're like, you don't want it? No problem.
That's like the farthest out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like everything else is...
No police officer.
No police officer.
Police officer. I read that and went, seriously? Do you really think I'm going to be a police officer? No. But I get it. I am kind of like, hey, you, what are you doing in my own house?
Knock it off.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Everybody stop moving. I know last night we had our family summit and where we sit down and everybody gets their allowance and everybody signs up for their chores for the week, right? We've had like a month off because we've been traveling so much, and I just kind of wanted them to have summer. And I sat down with them and I was like, listen, I don't ask for a lot here. I guess this is a police officer in me. However, I am going to ask that you do those chores on that chart without me just being all over you about it. Please. It's not that hard. And then I was like, I watched this episode of The Super Nanny a long time ago where the super nanny had like 4 pieces of paper on the wall. And everybody's name was on the top of their piece of paper. Like it would be Leanne, Bert, Georgia, Isla. And each person wrote down what they did around the house that was like a common good, like take out the garbage, like what chores do you do around the house? And the mother's list was so long. And everybody else had like 2 or 3 things. Now, do you think that's fair for this random mother who was on the super nanny? They're like, no. I said, I don't think it's fair either. I'm not saying we should equally divide all chores and everybody has 5. But what I'm saying is it's not fair for me to have 50 and for you to have 1. So this little simple chore chart is not a big deal. Just think about what I just said. Now, if we need to actually complete this episode, this exercise from Super Nanny, for you to fully understand, then I'd be happy to hang 4 pieces of paper on the wall and let everybody write down what they do in the house. But I think you get what I'm saying without actually experiencing this. And they're like, we got it. I was like,
we may have to try that in our house. I had that conversation with Max this morning.
You did?
He has a stack of laundry on the dryer. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger because I'm like, I'm not putting it away.
Yeah.
I have washed it. I've dried it. I've folded it. It is there. All you have to do is bring it to your room and put it in your drawer.
Yep.
Every morning he goes, he pulls something out and leaves the rest there. Makes me crazy.
Makes me crazy.
So this morning I yelled at him for it. I was like, that's not okay.
Yeah.
All you have to do is walk it, like, because he pulled it and there goes the pile.
Yep.
So
and then I got to fold it all over again.
Unfolded, and it makes me crazy because it's sitting in the laundry room. So now I have this heaping pile, and I'm like, no. So I refold it. I was like, you have to take care of it. He didn't take care of it. I was like, that's it. I'm not washing any more of your laundry until you put this away. And it's still sitting there.
Oh boy.
I'm like, oh.
But you have to. I think that exercise Super Nanny did.
It's brilliant.
Was really smart.
Yeah.
Because it makes concrete the abstract. Right? They don't think about who takes out the garbage. It's just taken out.
Yeah.
They don't think about who feeds the cat and the dog for breakfast. It's just done. So to actually list it out, that was a pretty powerful exercise. So although we didn't do it, don't think I won't do it.
Right.
If 2 weeks from now I have...
You're harping on the chore
massive
list.
Complaints about, I don't want to set the table. Really? Well, I bought the groceries, prepared the meal, and I think the least you can do is just set the table. It's really not that hard.
Yeah.
And I tried to explain to them, this is not about chores. It's about preparing them for being an adult. And
it's just about living with someone else.
Yeah.
Like, you don't own every piece of every environment that you're in. Like, you have to recognize there are other people there.
Yeah.
And you can't just leave your stuff everywhere.
Yeah. They have a bad example for that. Bert Kreischer is a bad example for that. His shit's just everywhere in the house.
Yeah.
And so I said to them last night, I don't want you to follow his lead. I don't want you to be lazy just because he's lazy. I have been trying to help him see a different way of life for 17 years and it's not working. So don't walk down that path. You don't have to be super clean like I am, but find some middle.
Right.
Like
just a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So anyway, when we were talking about this career stuff last week, right? Coincidentally, a friend of mine called me and was going to see this woman speak. That I think I'm going to read this book next because we've been talking about this. I've been trying to read How to Raise an Adult and I'm having a hard time. I think I'm not in that space of wanting to learn about my kids at the moment. But this is a book called Girl Wash Your Face. Have you heard of this book?
No.
Here's what the tagline says at the top. Stop believing the lies about who you are so you can become who you were meant to be.
Oh.
So Cathy,
yes,
would you like to read this book?
Sure.
And apply it to your career counseling?
My pet adoption counseling.
Exactly. So I think she kind of is like a self-created person who just kind of invented herself on the internet. And she has I think it says, I just read it briefly here. There are lies, I guess there's 10 lies you tell yourself and what they are. One of them is loving him is enough for me. That's one of the lies. but that it's really not. But I'm interested to see. It's a kind of a short book.
Okay,
Other people's kids are so much cleaner, better, more organized, more polite than mine. You know,
I think that's probably true.
I am defined by my weight. You know, interesting stuff.
All right, cool.
I will never get past this. Whatever this is. I am a terrible writer. You know, it's pretty cool. I'm going to marry Matt Damon. I don't really think that applies to me.
No, not so much.
But I'd be interested to see what
Or
it has
Matt
to
Damon.
say. Or Matt Damon. No, he may be taken.
Maybe.
Anyway, I wanted to read that book because it looks like a short, quick read.
It looks like a quick read. Yeah.
And maybe that will get me past so I can read How to Raise an Adult.
Yeah.
Isn't that what it's called? How to Raise an Adult? So I keep starting it and I keep going. Now I got to think about what she just said.
Yeah.
So I got to put it down and then process it. But I want to be reading.
Yes.
And then I can't. It's taking me a long time to process that book. I think it's a really good book.
Right.
But I think it's just maybe I have too much.
Sometimes
going
you
on.
just need a break from that.
need
I actually
something-
just read a super quick novel that was great.
What was it?
It was. I want to say it's the new. I don't know if it's new, but I feel like it. The new Kristen Hanna book.
Oh, okay.
And now I'm blanking on the title. The Great Alone, I think is what it's called. It was she's a great writer. She was the one who wrote the one we read for book club.
I don't know who she is.
Yes, you do. You've read this book. It's not All the Light We Cannot See, I don't think. It's something else.
Was it the one about the girl who was in the war?
Maybe. I'm forgetting.
Let's
The
look.
Nightingale? Is that
The Nightingale. Yes.
Is that Kristen Hanna?
I don't know if that's Kristen Hanna, but that was a great book.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's her
That was
new
a
book.
great book.
This book is awesome.
What's it called again?
I think it's called The Great Alone.
The Great.
Yeah. It was
Alone.
awesome.
Okay,
It
I'll
was
try to read that.
super, it's a quick novel. Like it's not,
Right.
you don't really have to think about it, but it was really good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just read a quick novel over the summer. I read it in like 3 days, and I'm that's what I want.
Yes.
So
Like you just need a time where you're like reading kind of nothing.
yeah,
But that's great.
but good. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for because I think this Girl Wash Your Face maybe that a little bit.
Yeah.
maybe a quick read because the one we read with Kirsten, Better Than Before,
Yep.
was a hard read for me.
Yeah.
and then now How to Raise an Adult has become a hard read. So I think I
Yeah.
need a couple of.
It took me a
quick
while
short-
to finish that book.
It's a long book.
I read a good half of it and then didn't read it for like 3 months.
Right.
And then had to finish it
Right.
because I was like, I've got to get through this book.
Right.
And it was great. It was I really enjoyed it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of information. And what in the beginning, it seems to be a lot about like preschool age, toddler. Like I'm like, can I skip this? Because I'm clearly have high schooler,
Right.
and a middle schooler.
It definitely is not all like that.
yeah,
It definitely goes through.
gets better.
Yeah.
I mean, gets more relevant
Gets
to
more
where I
relevant.
am now.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna read something quick and then I'll go back to it.
Yeah.
But that's another one I want to discuss because from everybody I've talked to about that book, How to Raise an Adult, it's an amazing book.
It is an amazing
Right.
book. I saw her speak too. She's great.
Yeah, I heard a TED Talk with her.
Oh, yeah?
She was really good. Yeah. It's probably similar
Probably
to
the
what
same
she said
thing.
to
Yeah,
you.
I would
Although it was
imagine.
a TED radio hour, so it was only a clip of her whole TED Talk. I need to go back and find her actual TED Talk. Are you listening to any good podcasts?
Not really.
No, I can't find any
I can't
either.
find anything. I tried that whole cover up.
What's that?
It was about RFK and he drove a car off a bridge in Massachusetts and
Oh,
somebody
that's-
killed.
that's
she got
Teddy.
killed. Teddy. Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's Teddy. Chappaquiddick.
Chappaquiddick.
Uh-huh.
Yes. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It was a terrible podcast.
It was a terrible podcast?
Oh my God. It was terrible.
Why was it terrible?
It was like there was very little information. The characters were all over the place. It didn't end. Like all of a sudden they just stopped having, and I was like, wait a minute, was that the last episode? Because you didn't
Really?
tell me anything. Like it came out because the movie just came out.
Yeah.
And I didn't see the movie. So,
No, I haven't
but this
either.
was like, so who do you think did it? I don't know. That's why I'm listening. You're supposed to give
Right?
me new information. Like every episode was like that. I thought it was terrible.
Oh, that stinks.
It was really
Don't
not
you feel
very
gypped?
good.
You feel like, what a waste of time.
I did, yes. And I kept going. For the past 4 weeks, I've been going back like, okay, what's the next episode?
Like it's
Nothing.
going to get better.
but there's no more episodes. I'm like, but you didn't finish. Like, I was not happy with that.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, I haven't really found anything good lately.
No, I've been looking at the TED Radio Hour, and because that's a quick. Sometimes
I've
they're
listened to
an
a
hour.
few TED Talks, but not the TED Radio Hour.
TED Radio Hour usually
Maybe
has a
it's a little
subject matter, and they have like 3 different people on that subject matter give a speech about whatever their focus is. So, like the one I was just listening to was about animals and how a lot of the way we function, we learn from primates, or we are similar to primates, and how we can learn about ourselves by studying primates because some of our behaviors are so similar. So they had, it was about primates in the beginning, I guess, but it did turn into this guy who trains dogs and how training dogs should be like non-aggressive, and if you can apply that to people, how life would be better if you would just found a way to go, yeah, we're not doing that right now, we're gonna do something else right now, and instead, it's just an interesting talk. But it's like one topic, like raising kids today, and the woman who did How to Raise an Adult had one little snippet, like 30 minutes or something, or 20 minutes, and there's 2 other experts talking about the same topic. So
yeah, I've just listened to specific TED Talks that are, anywhere from 9 to 20 minutes or whatever.
Right.
It's almost like This American Life, where they have like 3 segments on.
It is like This American Life. I think it's produced by NPR, I think. TED Talks.
Right.
TED Radio Hour is an NPR, I think.
Right.
I can't, everybody loves This American Life. I don't really love it. Maybe
sometimes
I'm
it's good, and sometimes I'm like not interested at all.
Yeah, I'm that way too. It's boring sometimes. Really boring.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if anybody knows of any good podcasts.
I've heard of a really great one. It's called Wife of the Party.
Oh, yeah, that is a really good one.
Totally
I like that one too, right?
Yes.
If I could only get some guests on this thing, right?
Right, I know. Get someone new, for
Get
the love of
school
Pete.
back in session, please, for the love of God. I did get an email today. I think I forwarded it to you about the vaginal steaming.
Oh, yeah, I read that.
Yeah, she was like, the steaming could actually cause problems.
Right.
And she wouldn't recommend that. And to do Kegels at the stoplight.
Yeah.
That's kind of a good idea.
That is a good idea if you remember.
Yeah, right? I guess that would be part of it, would be key.
That's kind of the problem. Like, I don't ever think about doing that.
No, I don't either.
Which, I mean, aren't you supposed to do it when you pee? Like, isn't that?
Are you?
Yeah, you're supposed to try and stop your pee. That's how
really?
That's how you know if you're doing it right. If
Boy,
you
I can't stop my pee.
No kidding.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be able to stop your pee?
Yeah, in the middle of peeing, you're supposed to be able to stop it. That's how you know you're doing a good Kegel.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to try that. Does that mean I have to pee at the stoplight? Every time I stop?
Put on a diaper in case you can't stop it.
Oh, that would not be good.
No, it would not.
That was interesting, though. I was glad she emailed because I don't know about any of this stuff we're talking about.
She's like a doctor, so she knows what she's talking about,
right?
So
I would imagine that Kegels are the only Kegels in surgery.
Right.
So then what is the purpose of vaginal rejuvenation? Dr. Feelgood?
I don't know. Well, it's a step below surgery.
Yeah, but I guess what I understood was that it doesn't really work from her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
So you have 2 more weeks of summer.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do?
My kids, unfortunately, have like completely different schedules again. It's just like the first 2 weeks of summer. I feel like I can't get them on the same page. So there's no day where we can just like relax.
No day?
So Max has 3 more days of working at camp. Lily starts volleyball today for 3 days. Max leaves on... oh, no, he doesn't leave till Saturday. So we have Friday.
Okay.
He leaves on Saturday for his retreat, the freshman retreat. And then she has volleyball next week and he has nothing. And then they have orientation on Friday.
So you got 1 day.
I got 1 day.
What are you going to do that 1 day?
We have next Thursday also.
Okay.
So
2 days.
yes.
What are you going to do?
Super exciting, right?
Right?
2 whole days.
2 whole
of
days.
Summer. Yeah. I'm hoping my husband will take next Thursday off and we're going to Newport we may leave Wednesday, maybe Thursday.
Oh, okay.
So at least we get in a quick trip.
Yeah.
But we'll see if that happens or not.
Yeah.
I may just go without him.
Yeah. Give the kids a quick
So yeah.
trip. I know today's Isla's last day before school starts back, and I have such a busy day. I feel really bad because her last day is kind of a bummer.
Right.
And, you know, like Georgia's first day of school, I was gone, then I had a meeting, now I have this. And then I picked Georgia up at school today because it's her first day. And then we have a parent meeting tonight. So I feel really bad. I'm like...
Yeah, we actually have to go school shopping still. Max needs a few supplies and Lily needs clothing.
Yeah. Does she have a uniform?
She doesn't have a uniform, which is the problem because we had a uniform and now she does not. So she doesn't have anything. She has a dress code.
What happened?
She's in big times now.
Oh,
they
middle
only
school?
have a uniform on the lower campus.
I
Upper
see.
campus has a dress code.
I see.
So,
okay. So she just
so
has
God forbid she wore anything she wore from last year.
Right.
She's like ready to burn her uniform.
Yeah, right, totally.
She's never going to wear that again. So, but it was really confusing because the dress code is the girls have to wear a collared shirt. And I'm like, that's not easy.
No, that's actually not easy.
That's really not
No.
easy. So, and she's like, but that's not true. I've seen people not wear them. I'm like, listen, I've seen a lot of girls not wear a collared shirt either on that campus, but you are walking in your first day as a 7th grade. Like, you can't break the rules.
Right.
You got to get the lay of the land before you can break the rules. So we're going to have to go find you something. And then actually they just emailed us the dress code and it has changed slightly. And I got the lowdown from the dress code person who sort of like enforces it. It's a little more lax than that. It's really just about
looking nice,
dressing appropriately.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to have a collar, but it cannot be a t-shirt.
Right.
No athletic gear.
Right.
At all, period. It has to be a blouse.
Right.
But if it doesn't have a collar, but it's a nice blouse.
Right.
Totally fine.
Well, that's easier.
It's a whole lot easier.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Could you wear a dress?
Yeah.
Okay.
She can wear a dress. She can wear jeans. She can wear khakis. She can wear any of that stuff. Jeans cannot have any sort of distressing on them.
They have to be straight.
And that you can't wear any athletic anything at all. But so it's not that bad.
That's not
to dress
bad.
nicely. It's super easy.
That's not bad. Georgia looks like
yeah, the uniform, man.
She's awful. It's awful.
Hers was not bad last year, actually, I have to say, but
it's awful. Hers looks like it's from 1975. Literally.
It might be.
It might be. It is the ugliest uniform. And the blazer, oh my God.
Can she wear pants?
She can wear pants, but not on formal dress day. On formal dress day, she has to wear the pleated skirt with the white cable knit knee socks and black penny loafers, a white colored shirt, and a blazer. And the blazer makes her look like a linebacker. And she's not big.
Right.
But the cut of the blazer, she put it on and I went, oh, Lord have mercy. I mean, you'd have to be a supermodel to pull this off. And then you might look like a cute Catholic schoolgirl. But right now, you look like
a nun.
A nun. Can't you make it like from this century?
Right.
So it's appropriate, but still from this century. Who wears a blazer anymore?
Yeah.
Nobody.
And like penny loafers and socks. Like, her uniform was not like that at all.
Oh no, it's black penny loafers. Not even the brown, it's black penny loafers and socks. And I thought, couldn't you make a really nice like cardigan with the logo,
absolutely,
on it with a collared shirt?
You can.
That's fine. Wouldn't that be okay? No, that's a stupid ugly blazer. Oh well.
How often does she have formal dress days?
She has a lot of them coming up. I think Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week are all formal dress days.
So she's gonna have she's not having 3 blazers. Hopefully it'll be fine.
I only got 2 skirts, so I'm hoping we can make it happen. I hope they're machine washable. I haven't even looked. They're wool. They're wool in Southern California. Wool skirt. I mean, and a blazer. And it's 100 degrees.
With knee socks.
And penny loafers. She's going to be sweating profuse. She's going to smell like the ass end of an elephant when she comes home. It's going to be bad. Like, I mean, she doesn't really have BO, but I think BO is kind of unavoidable.
But it's 100 degrees.
In a wool skirt. That's knee length. I mean, come on.
Well, it'll be hemmed by Friday, hopefully.
I don't know if I can get it done by Friday. I mean, she has 3 formal dress days. She has 2 skirts, but the only one that's official, I got her a navy one and a gray one. Mm-hmm. But the gray one is the official one. But I only got her one.
You have to wear that?
You have to wear the gray one. So she's got to wear the gray skirt 3 days in a row. So I can't have it hemmed. There's no way I can get it hemmed by Wednesday. I mean, I don't think so. I'd have to take her after school today. No, she's wearing the navy one today. But don't you have to be there to have it hemmed?
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's going to, I'm not going to go take 2 inches off this. And that seems
No, yeah, you'll never know.
They'll have to come.
Right. I mean, you could go to the quick place that cost $1 million, but.
Yeah, I don't want to do that either.
No, I wouldn't do that either.
So the first couple weeks, she has a bunch of formal dress days, and then she has like a week off. So I'm thinking in that week, we'll have it hemmed.
Right.
Have it all taken care of. And the blazer, oh my God. I called the company. I was like, what size? Here's her measurements. And she was like, oh, she needs a size 16. And I went, 16? She's wearing like a size 4 or 6.
Right.
She's like, the sizes, you can't go by that. Just by she needs a 16. Oh my God, it was 2 full sizes too big. She put it on and it was like a tent. It was ridiculous. So we took it back. There's a store here locally, but sort of local. It's like 30 minutes from my house. So I thought, well, if I order it online, if there's a problem, I can return it.
Yeah.
That way we're not sitting at the store all day long trying all this shit on. I can just go back and return it and leave. So we bought her appropriate blazer, but I have figured out that they manufacture every item for women that are 6 feet tall. The sleeve
I
for
could
you
totally go to Catholic school.
for you is perfect, but like her pants are a good 6 inches too long. Not even joking. So there's no human except you that those pants would fit. But I guess you can't let them out.
Yeah.
You can take them up.
Because
no
if
matter.
they were too short and I was going there, then I'd be screwed.
You'd be screwed.
Yeah.
But it also applies to the jacket. So really, her sleeves go to her fingertips. It fits her everywhere else, but the length of a sleeve. So I'm like, well, we need to have that altered too. And how expensive is it going to be to alter a blazer?
Right.
You know, I can literally like fold like 4 inches underneath, and that's where it's supposed to hit her.
If you're only doing that, it shouldn't be too bad.
You don't think so?
No. I had to have Max's altered when we were going to a wedding because nothing fits him. He's skinny as a whale.
He's a beanpole.
But we had to have like the whole jacket
Tapered.
taken in because it was like up to here. So to get like something that actually fit in his arms, it was literally a linebacker. Like he could have worn Bert's blazer. So we had to have the whole thing taken in. And it wasn't that expensive. I think it was maybe $25 or $30 for that.
Okay, good.
So I'm sure hemming it is not
Just the sleeve.
I mean, that's super simple.
It is simple. I could probably
You
just fold
could-
it under and tack it up myself.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what they're going to do. So when she grows, you just take it out.
I just hate sewing.
Yeah, I mean, I
do
don't blame
anything.
you.
Oh,
Yeah.
no can sew. I can sew, but I hate it.
Yeah.
It's like my least favorite thing to do ever. What's your most favorite thing to do, Cathy?
Most favorite thing ever? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Drink coffee, bake.
Drink coffee and bake?
Yeah, probably. I love baking.
I know you do. I don't know if that's my most favorite thing to do ever. I think my most favorite thing to do ever is to be on a boat or on the jet ski at my dad's lake.
Reading a book on a beach, I would be in heaven if I could do that every day. Like with the ocean. Oh my God, that'd be awesome.
I would be. Maybe that's what you do when you retire.
That's what I do now.
What do you do? I mean, when your kids are
don't
gone.
tell my husband that.
You just every day drive to the beach. Oh, I'm working, babe. Bad reception. Sounds like the ocean, doesn't it?
Right.
Click.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know that I could go to the lake house and ride on the wave runner every single day.
Right.
But
I could
love
live
that.
by the beach every day. Oh man. That
You
would be
could?
awesome. Yeah.
I don't know that I could live at the beach. I
Okay.
get tired of the salty, sticky sand. I don't like that. I'd pass on
What
that.
I don't love is waking up to it being gloomy.
Oh, well,
Like
yeah,
that's the problem
kinda,
at the ocean. But
yeah.
beyond that, I could totally do it. I would love that.
It's so sticky. I feel like every time I go to the beach, even if I don't, like if I go to Santa Monica, I feel sticky when I leave. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'd much rather live on a lake. I wish there was some lake. We went to Bert, did
There's
this.
not many lakes in California.
There aren't many. Well, there's no water.
Well, there's that.
You have to drive 2 hours to get you need water. So Bert did this triathlon at Castaic Lake, which is about 45 minutes north of here, on Saturday. And I just, something about a lake, I just walk up there and I go, oh.
That's how I feel about the ocean, actually.
Yeah.
It's super calming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lake does that for me. And I was like, I didn't know you could rent kayaks here.
Yeah.
And kayak, and they have stand-up paddle boards there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was family getting married there.
First time we ever took Max fishing, we went there.
You can fish at Castaic?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do they stock it?
I think so.
I wonder. They
Yeah.
must, right?
I think so. I mean, isn't it man-made?
I have no idea.
Oh,
It
yeah.
looked man-made. It was a dam, so surely.
Yeah,
it probably
I
is.
think it is. Yeah.
But it was really pretty. I think if I
is
could,
pretty.
if you could buy a house anywhere, where would you buy a house?
Somewhere on the beach.
But
Definitely.
here on the beach or somewhere else?
That's a good question. I don't really know. I don't know that I would do East Coast beach. I mean, maybe Southeast Coast beach.
Like South
Or like-
Carolina, like that?
Caribbean. Yeah.
Or like Florida?
Like the islands off South Carolina. Oh my God.
Yeah.
They're so beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
That's pretty amazing.
They are. Like Hilton Head.
Yeah.
It's beautiful over there, but it's cold in the winter.
Amazing. It is cold in the winter.
That wouldn't work for you.
No, that's why I'm saying maybe not East Coast. But
Key West?
Like, no, not Key West.
No, not Key West either. I
Not
don't
so
like Key
much.
West.
Like, I don't know, somewhere in the Caribbean maybe, except then you've got hurricanes.
Yeah.
That's the only problem. But
And a lot of them lately.
yeah.
Scary in the Caribbean.
Yeah. Well, there's that season where you're like, yeah, you got to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
But
I'd probably buy a house on Big Bear Lake.
really?
Yeah, on the lake though. Or
Yeah,
Lake
I know what
Arrowhead.
you're talking
Like
about.
on the lake.
Yeah.
Where you can jump off the dock
Yeah.
into the
Where
lake.
you have a dock and
Yeah.
you can have your boat.
That would be my dream.
Yeah.
Bert's like you. He would be at the ocean.
Yeah.
This has been our conflict forever. Let's buy a like weekend house.
Right.
Beach or lake?
Okay. But lake is doable. Beach, not so much.
No.
You got to have like $1 billion to live at the beach.
I agree.
Whereas the lake, that's actually reasonable.
totally reasonable.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that would be awesome.
It would be awesome to be able to just drive and be at
I mean,
a
my
lake.
preference would be ocean, but I like at a lake, that's awesome.
You can
I mean,
still read a book at the lake.
yeah, exactly. I grew up on mostly lakes in
Did you?
Maine. In Maine? Oh my God, they're everywhere.
There are?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We went to lakes more so than the ocean.
You did? Were you
Yeah.
close to the ocean?
30 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad. It's like here.
So yeah, it's not bad at all.
But
But
you were-
no, we always went to the lake. One of my first lifeguarding jobs was at a lake, a
What-
big public lake.
So you swam in the lakes?
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah.
I love to swim in a lake.
It's so different.
Uh-huh.
It's so much better. Oh my God, it's so much warmer. Mm-hmm. It's,
Calm.
you don't have undertow. There's barely any waves unless a boat goes by, you know.
Yeah, I'm scared of the ocean. I
Oh,
mean,
really?
yeah, I am scared of the ocean. And I forever was like, I'm not scared of the ocean. I'm scared of the ocean. The ocean scares me.
Because of creatures
but
or
creatures and undertow and
undertow's dicey.
I the power of it.
Yeah.
Like the lack of control I feel I have over myself when I'm in it, I don't like. Because Bert always makes fun of me for this, but I did date a pro surfer who tried to teach me how to surf, and I was like, no, thank you. This is too strong. I don't like that I can't physically get myself past this break. Like I could not get myself past a break, and it wasn't even a big one.
Right.
And it made me angry, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't like not being able to read the ocean either. Like Bert, because he grew up on the ocean, can watch the waves and he knows what's happening. I don't know that. So like I would constantly get knocked down. You know, I'd be just kind of standing there and all of a sudden slam. I'm like,
Right.
now I've got my head in the sand and I just don't like it. I like the idea of the ocean, but I don't want to get in it. And I would never admit that because I'm not a no person. I'm not a no, screw that.
Right.
I'm not, but the ocean scares me. Now, I like snorkeling, like when we go to Hawaii. But I tried to scuba dive. Same surfer guy tried to teach me how to scuba dive, and I had like my weights were too heavy and my wetsuit was too buoyant, and I was in the kelp beds in Catalina,
Yeah.
and sea lions were going through the kelp beds and scaring the shit out of me, and I didn't have control over my body because I had
Right.
too much weight on to compensate for having too buoyant of a wetsuit, and so I was just like, this is not fun in any way, shape, or form. I'm getting out. So, but I'd snoobed in Hawaii, you know, where the tank's on
Yeah.
the surface, you don't have all that stuff on your body.
Yeah.
And that even made me really nervous, being that far down. I was like, I don't like being this deep. I was 25 feet deep and I didn't like it. I like being on the top. I like seeing everything that's going on, not too deep. So we went around when we were snorkeling Molokini. You can see the bottom in Hawaii. It's a big crater. So on one side, it's kind of
an alcove too. So it's not
It
nearly as wavy or.
That's right. But when you
powerful,
go
yeah.
on the back, we went around on the back where it's like deep.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I got out and I did it, but you can't really see anything.
Yeah.
But the immenseness of it is just it's just so immense that I was like, yeah, I don't know that I need to be in this water right now. I'm cool to get out. There's definitely a shark somewhere. Where's the Meg?
Probably. Yes.
The Meg is going to eat the whole crater with me. So I'm going to get out. And Bert's scared in the lake because he grew up in Florida.
Yeah.
And there's gators. There's no gators where we live.
Yeah.
I would never get in a lake in Florida.
No. Well, yeah.
Never.
Lakes are freaky because there are fish.
Yeah.
And if you're not prepared and eels and whatever and things touch you, you're like, ah!
There's no eels in Georgia.
That doesn't happen.
There are eels in Maine in the lake?
There's not eels, but they're long. Well, I don't know what they are.
I don't know what that is either.
They're
eels?
no, they're not eels.
Freshwater eel?
But they're I don't know, long, almost like a garter snake, but in the water.
Is it a snake?
Maybe. I don't know.
We have snakes in the water, but not a lot of them.
No, and not a lot. It's not like
Yeah.
you see them all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you're not prepared for that, it's
Yeah.
freaky.
Yeah, it is freaky.
And sometimes you can't see the bottom in lakes.
Yeah, that's true.
It's super mucky and it's a weird feeling.
I guess, but I always knew whatever's in this lake cannot eat me. There's nothing in this lake that can eat me like an alligator. An alligator
True.
can eat you.
Yes.
And a shark can eat you. There's nothing in the lakes where I grew up that could eat you. They could bite you, like a
Right.
snake would bite you, but I've never even known anybody that's had a snake bite in a lake.
Right.
And
Yeah.
like a snapping turtle. Everybody's so scared of snapping turtles when we were kids. I've never known anyone bitten by
Who
one.
actually got bit by one? Yeah.
You did?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No.
Oh, you never knew anybody.
No, yeah, exactly.
No, I didn't either. Unless you caught one and you got them on a
Well-
hook or something, but not just swimming.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah, but most of those creatures don't want to be near people anyway.
no. They're scared to death.
Yeah, they don't really want to go eat you.
So that never bothered me. And I always was scared there was a shark magically in my lake in the middle of Alabama.
That's realistic. Uh-huh.
I would sit with my legs all pulled up like, it's definitely a shark. Definitely a shark. Hurry up. Have the boat go. I need to get on these skis because the shark's definitely going to get me. When I was little, But as an adult,
Right.
that bird it took him years to be comfortable in that lake. And I was like,
That's funny.
It's instinctual.
Yeah.
Because he grew,
Right, you
they would
just-
swim in lakes in Florida with gators in them, knowing
Yeah,
there are
no.
gators.
Oh, God, no. That's terrifying.
Right?
Those are creepy creatures, man.
They're scary.
They're scary.
They scared me to death.
Yeah.
And they have them, Bert's mom and dad have them all around their house. You can't have a dog in your yard.
Yeah.
They'll eat it. And they build
Yeah,
fences. They can
see.
climb a 6-foot fence. A
Really?
gator. Yeah.
I did not know that.
They use their tail. They prop up on their tail and get over a 6-foot fence
Why?
to get your dog to eat.
Yeah, see, I don't need to live in Florida.
I don't either.
Not at all.
Not to mention the humidity and the hurricanes.
right,
And
exactly.
the trashy people. We think
And then
we
like
have
a
trash.
rainstorm every afternoon
Every
at
2
3 p.m.
seconds, yeah.
No, I don't need to be there.
There's some radio show here that does every Monday, I don't remember which one it is, where they talk about redneck news. Have you heard this radio
No.
show? It's hysterical. I for whatever reason, it's always on when I drop Georgia off for school last year for 0 period. I would always catch the redneck news,
That's
and they do
hysterical.
3 stories from anywhere in the U.S. that was deemed redneck news, right,
Yeah.
by them. Every week at least one story was from Florida. And then sometimes there would be 2. I was like, seriously, there's parts of Florida that aren't redneck.
Right.
But Florida is
but there's a lot that is.
whew,
Yeah.
that
whole
panhandle middle,
part.
the Gainesville panhandle drag racer people, which I was one of those people. And when I listen to those stories now, I'm like, wow, I thought it was bad in Alabama. That's pretty bad.
That's
Not
funny.
everybody in Florida.
No, obviously.
Just some people. My family's in Florida.
Right.
My in-laws. Clearly, they don't participate in the extreme
in the
redneck.
redneck.
No, they're clearly
of
not.
Florida, not so much, right?
No. Okay, so you buy a house on the beach.
Yep.
So if you could have any job, what would it be, Cathy?
I don't know. This is my problem.
I was
I'm
trying to trick you. It didn't work.
I'm going to be an astronaut. That's all there is to it. Except I have massive motion sickness. That's a really bad job for me.
No dream.
I couldn't
no,
do that.
No, like I would love to. Nothing.
I don't know. Like, that's the thing. I feel like I should have that.
Because I have
don't
secret
know.
dreams I want to even say out loud.
Uh-huh.
You know, I go, I have this dream. I really wish this would happen. But I don't even
Right.
want to say it out loud because I'm embarrassed. I don't believe in myself, or I think
That's
it's stupid, or, you know
crazy.
what I mean? But
Yeah, I
mean,
do.
we have dreams like that where
yeah.
I really wish I was married to Matt Damon. Not really. but you know what I mean?
Right. Yes.
Where you go, I wish this would happen.
Right. I have that, but not necessarily career-wise.
No?
Not so much. Like, I think that's what bothers me the most is I don't have that. I don't have this like, oh God, I wish I could do that. Because at this point, that wish, there's really nothing stopping me.
Right.
Unless it's like, you know, I don't know. Like I'm too old to do some job. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
like if there's something that I couldn't possibly do.
Like
at this
supermodel.
point, pretty much, right? Well, there's a lot stopping that. But,
No, there's not. There's actually not anything.
But there's, you know, like I don't have that. I wish
Right.
I did, because then no matter how crazy or how much you're like, I could really never do that.
right.
Like self-confidence wise, like at least I'm at the point now where I could entertain it.
Right.
So that's why I'm kind of like annoyed. I wish I had that,
Right.
but
I have some of those. I need to maybe write them down.
yeah.
And so I can start manifesting them.
That's the problem. Like I don't know what to manifest.
You don't know what to manifest.
And I'm in a place where like I should be doing that.
So what next now for
So.
Cathy? Should we get a psychic? Do we need a Reiki master?
Maybe.
What should we do?
I need a Vagi steam.
a Vagi steam. Stat.
That'll help.
That'll
somehow,
help.
right?
Start doing your
It'll
kegels.
clear everything out.
Totally. Maybe you're not connected to your root chakra. Maybe that's it. Or you're disconnected from your heart chakra. I don't know. Well, what is the
Or
next?
disconnected from my brain. I have
No,
no
you're not
idea.
disconnected from your brain. Well, maybe you're too connected to your brain.
So-
Where you talk yourself into and out of stuff to the point where now you don't even know that you
Maybe.
had a dream. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, because I feel like I haven't talked myself out of anything
Right.
because I don't know what to talk myself out of or into.
Because there's no burning desire for
There's
something.
no, right. I feel like that's a problem. I feel like you should have that naturally.
So
right?
how do you fix that problem? This is the quest that I am always on.
Yeah.
So there's this other thing, right, that I want us to do maybe with somebody else, the Enneagram thing.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking about my cousin in Georgia is very into everybody's Enneagram, which is like there are like 9 personality types. And if you figure out which one is yours, then it helps you manage yourself with other people, and it helps other people manage themselves with you if they know what your Enneagram is and all this stuff. But I was reading over it because I was thinking about doing that with you today. So I was reading over my own Enneagram yesterday, and I think I'm a number 5, and it was talking about I don't know why I got on the subject now. I totally lost my train of thought. What were you saying right before I brought this up?
I was talking about how I don't know what to talk myself in or out of. Like, I don't know sort of where to go.
Right.
Like, how do you figure that out? Like, what's the quest? How do you make that happen?
Right. I still don't know why I brought up the Enneagrams. But anyway,
Sorry.
I wonder if something like that would be helpful. I wonder if or do you even care? Do you want to have something? Maybe you just don't want to. What are your other dreams that
That's
you...
lame.
No, it's not lame. Why is that
It's
lame?
lame. What am I going to do?
Read a lot of books at the beach. Bake a lot of stuff.
My
you share with
husband
me.
will be thrilled.
I know, right?
No, like I can't do that.
You
I
don't
mean,
feel okay about that.
No, I don't feel okay about that.
Okay. So then how do you figure that out? Do you I mean, I'm not even saying this for you
No, I know.
specifically. I'm saying this for anybody
In
who
general,
feels like
yeah.
you do.
How do you-
Because I feel like once my kids go, I can look at that list that I'm scared to say out loud
Yeah.
and really make myself deal with it.
Right. I feel like I'm in that place.
Right.
And I need the list.
You
Where's
need
my
the list. Where's your list?
Someone give me a list.
So how do we find that
Right.
list? Do
That's-
you go to therapy? Do you
Yeah.
do you do career counseling? Do you read books? Do you do jumping jacks? I don't know what it
Right.
is. What is it for anybody who feels
Right.
that way? That's a good question. Maybe we read Girl
I don't
Wash Your Face and figure out if our negative talk has anything to do
with why the list is blank.
I know now what I was going to say. But the Enneagram. In my Enneagram, okay, we're almost at an hour. In my Enneagram, we have 20 seconds left. In my Enneagram, my number 5 is a quest for knowledge. I need to know why. I need to know what and why. I've always been that way. My dad used to say, if I said the word why one more time, I was going to be in trouble. But why? Why can't we have that answer? How do we find that answer for you?
Yes.
Who do we ask the question? What book do we read? That's
Right.
That's my, I can't leave it alone for you, not with you even. I want to know how do you find this?
Right.
For anybody who's looking, because there's a quest, I have a need for knowledge. So what is it, Cathy? How do we figure this out?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's the thing. I thought, let's try this.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because I want to figure out, why is that blank? Why is there no burning desire for anything?
Right.
Like, there's a lot of things I like. There's a lot of things I could do. But there's nothing that I'm like, oh my God, I'd be so happy if I could do that.
Right.
You know, even if it's like making coffee at Starbucks.
Right.
Like, so what?
Yeah.
Like, if you want to do that,
Totally.
freaking do it.
Walmart
like,
greeter.
why not?
Yeah.
You know?
Some of the happiest people on the planet are Walmart greeters.
Yeah.
They're so
whatever.
happy.
If you get to choose what you're doing, you're going to be happy doing it.
Yeah.
So what is it? Like, what do I choose? And maybe I feel like at this point, like, I don't want to choose the wrong thing.
Right.
You know, like, there's a certain point when you're starting out, you're like, well, I'll just change if I don't like it.
Right.
You know, I feel like I should know at this point,
Maybe that's it.
you know?
Maybe you feel like you should know, and because you feel like you should know is preventing you from being open enough
Right.
to dream.
Right.
Because really it starts with a dream,
Yeah.
right? It starts with, wouldn't it be awesome
Wouldn't it be
if I
so
had a
fun?
podcast and all my friends came and talked? And
Yes.
then after 29 weeks, they weren't tired of talking to me? No, not really. I don't think anybody's tired. Everybody's legitimately too busy. School's starting. But that was a dream, and I kept going, nobody's going to want to do that. Nobody's want to
Right.
keep showing up. That's a lot to ask of your friends. I feel really bad because I can't offer them any compensation. I feel terrible. And then you talk yourself out of it. But so I wonder if that's part of it. Just the saying, well, I should already know.
Yeah.
So then if you don't already know, then you're an idiot. I mean, I don't know if
Yeah.
that's what you say, but if there's some kind of deep self-talk that's like that,
Probably.
that says, well, you don't
Like-
fucking know.
You're 46. You've had a whole life. You know what I mean? Like, when
Yeah.
you think back, you've
Yeah.
had maybe not careers, but like 8 or 9 various jobs
Yeah.
and experiences and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I've had a lot of opportunity to do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So
you have done a lot of
Yes.
different things.
Yeah, absolutely. So what now? You know?
So what now, Cathy?
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
To be continued. Well, thank you for sharing this.
Yeah.
And
I'm
we'll
gonna
put
buy the premium because now I'm
Yeah.
really curious.
No,
I gotta
but
know
tell me what the premium, what you come up with.
what the other, like, what the rest of this says.
Well, I'm doing it
Kind
too.
of interesting.
I'm going to see what it comes up with. See if I'm also still a police officer, farm manager. That would be pretty fascinating.
Right.
If that test has the
How
same
long
answer,
did you take it? How long ago did you take it?
it's been a while. It's been probably, I think it's probably 7 years.
All right.
It's been a while.
That'd be
I'm gonna take
interesting to see if it'd be the same.
Right. So I'll put the website on my website. I'll put the address
link
of,
or whatever.
a link for
Is that how you say it?
what is it? Sokanu?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put the link for that on wifeotp.com so anybody else can go take the test. Thank you for sharing this because not everybody would be willing to talk about this so openly and to feel like, I don't know, I should already know what I should have this figured out and I
That
don't.
I'm completely lost. Yeah.
Well, I don't think you're completely lost, but it is an area where
does
you're
feel
feeling
that way.
lost.
Yeah.
And I think you're not alone. I feel that way half the time
I hope
anyway.
not, but
No, you're way not alone. So thank you, Cathy.
Yeah, of
Thanks
course.
for coming every freaking
So-
week when I call you to. Every week.
When I get a career, I'm done. I'm just saying.
I know. She's my Obi-Wan. I know yesterday I was like, help me, Obi-Wan. You're my only hope. Because I couldn't get anybody to come this week. So thank you, Obi-Wan.
So let's not. So we got a lot of time. Once I
Yeah.
find out this career, it may be over.
Oh, man. So I should start sabotaging you.
You should.
Okay,
Yeah.
don't buy the premium.
Okay.
No more. Let's stop it here. We're not reading Girl Wash Your Face. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
All
My
right.
pleasure. All right. Bye.
Bye.